So we all know that Euro 2020, we had to wait a long time. This coronavirus came along and we had to wait another year. But eventually, Euro 2020 did kick off. And we lined up against a decent Denmark team in our opening game. Of course, that game is going to be forever remembered for what happened to Christian Eriksen just before half time there. And as Finland fans, there was almost a sense of guilt for us at celebrating our first goal and our first win in a major tournament. But for you guys out on the pitch and on the bench, it must have been a completely crazy experience. I mean, somehow you guys managed to compose yourself after that lengthy pause, and the news came through that Christian was stable in hospital and the game resumed. But like, what can you try and put into words what was going through your mind? I mean, our first ever game, our first ever win, that shocking scene of Christian, like, how did you feel, mate?
Yeah, it's like those kind of things. They are, you don't really expect something like that to happen. So it's kind of it puts you into kind of a shock. We didn't really, nobody really knew what was happening until we saw that they were trying to how do you call it, to
resuscitate.
Yeah. So that moment we realized that it's bad. It's bad. And then we stayed. I think we stayed around 1 hour in the dressing room. I didn't hear anyone say one word. Everybody was just quiet, thinking on their own minds. Everybody was trying to go through that thing in their minds. So yeah, I mean, the only thing I was thinking that it was that hopefully he's okay. I hope he would survive. That was the only thing I was thinking. But of course, you always start to think about those things, that if it can happen to Christian, then it can happen to even for me. Like, you always start to go in those kind of negative thoughts in that moment. But yeah, after we heard that he's feeling better in the hospital, then we decided that we will give the choice to the Danish team. They can choose if they want to play, we can play. If they don't want to play, we will respect that. We will finish the game, and we basically just told them that we stand by you, and we will do like you guys want. So, but it was really hard in a way that it was hard to be happy after the game, even we won. So, but yeah, of course, it's good that he's feeling better. I heard he's feeling okay at the moment. So that's the most important thing.
Players weren't given much of a choice, were they? You know, you said that it was once the Danish players said they were okay to play, but it wasn't much choice that any of you were given.
Yeah, not really. No, I don't. We actually heard it right after. I think the next day, we heard that UEFA gave I think 2 or 3 different options. What would it be? So yeah, to us it was okay to do any of those, but I can't really imagine what the Danish guys felt. I'm pretty sure that they weren't that happy about the situation. But I don't know if the UEFA told them the options, but we never actually heard even those options during the game. We just told them that we're gonna do the same thing like you guys. And then after the next day, we just heard that there was other. I think it was to play the next day or at 12 o'clock or something, and something like this.
And there must be quite a few sort of close connections. Obviously, you played in Denmark, but among many of the players in both teams, there must be sort of career connections going back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, yeah, probably there is, and it makes it hard. It makes it hard also in that way that there's always someone who knows someone. There's always someone who's played against or played with. There's in a way, football is small world. If you look at that way, so we are all in the same line in a way, and yeah, it's not an easy thing to go through in your head, but it's just something that we had to do, and yeah.
Yeah, and did it with the dignity, I guess. I feel anyway that kind of did the whole country proud. So well done to you and all the guys.
Yeah, I agree. I think as a nation we did we handle it pretty well. All the fans, all the spectators, everybody who was in the stadium, everybody, respect for them.
Were you able to celebrate the win at all? Did it feel? I mean, obviously it's unprecedented, the first major tournament, but did you feel like you were able to enjoy the moment of winning that game for the first time?
I felt like I felt like I could. I was happy, but in the other hand, it felt like the whole situation was in your mind. Anyways, so it was like a little bit. There was kind of two moods which were going like back and forth all the time. You felt like you were happy, you felt like you wanted to celebrate, but then the other hand, you felt like this bullshit thing. What happened? It's still up there. So yeah.
I think you're right. I think you're right, Joni. You pretty much summed up how everyone was feeling there, and I think you're absolutely spot on when you said that the Finland team was absolutely correct. Just to say to the Danish team, whichever you decide, we'll go with that. So I think that's the best we can do. But ultimately, the record books will show that Finland won the game, and Lukas Radetsky saved the penalty. So we got our 3 points on the board, and you guys came down to the Finland fans. Our very own Mark Hayton was there in Copenhagen in the stadium watching the game, and yeah, you guys made your way down to the fans, and even though the celebrations may have been a little bit more low key than they normally are, you guys were able to show your appreciation to all the hundreds of thousands of Finns who have made it there to Copenhagen. So just quickly, can you touch on your own relationship with the Finland fans and how you feel about the Finland fans?
It's great. I mean, they've been since I joined national team a long time ago. I felt like they've always been there. No matter if we have played well, bad, doesn't matter what is the result. They've always been there. So I have nothing but the respect to everyone who is supporting us, who is there in the stadium, and I think they're doing special things, and it gives us also so much energy in the pitch. So I mean, without them, it doesn't feel right. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah, there's I'm sure they'll all appreciate you saying that. Kiitos, Joni.
Kiitos. Thank you.